Vâng, thưa quý vị, xin trân trọng mến chào toàn thể quý vị khách hàng yêu mến của Audio Hà Nội. Và ngày hôm nay Lê Hiếu hiện đang có mặt tại một buổi workshop vô cùng thú vị, giới thiệu về một dòng sản phẩm rất mới của một thương hiệu mà có lẽ khi nhắc đến tên đã không còn xa lạ với giới chơi âm thanh Việt Nam cũng như là quý vị khách hàng của Audio Hà Nội nữa. Thưa quý vị, thương hiệu mà chúng tôi muốn nhắc đến ở đây chính là Nordost. Vâng, khi mà nhắc đến cái tên này thì có lẽ tất cả quý vị chúng ta đã không còn quá xa lạ đúng không ạ? Bởi vì đây là một thương hiệu đã nổi tiếng từ lâu ở Việt Nam cũng như là trên thế giới. Khi nhắc đến cái tên này, người ta sẽ nghĩ ngay đến sự đa dạng về các dòng sản phẩm thưa quý vị. Từ những dòng dây tầm trung như Leaf với Blue Heaven hay là Him Down của Nordost cho đến những dòng dây cao cấp như là những dòng dây high-end như là Audin 2. Vâng, và thương hiệu này cung cấp những hệ thống dây từ cơ bản như dây nguồn, dây tín hiệu, dây loa hay thậm chí đến dây HDMI hay là dây cho đầu đĩa than và thậm chí là dây cho tai nghe. Thưa quý vị, có thể nói rằng trên thế giới không có quá nhiều thương hiệu có thể đáp ứng được nhu cầu về đa dạng các dòng sản phẩm cũng như là đa dạng về phân khúc thị trường giống như Nordost. Thưa quý vị, từ những hệ thống dây vài triệu đồng cho đến những hệ thống dây vài trăm triệu đồng thì thương hiệu này cũng cung cấp luôn. Vâng thưa quý vị, và ngày hôm nay đến với buổi workshop này thì Audio Hà Nội trân trọng được đón tiếp một vị chuyên gia, một đại diện thương hiệu đến từ nhà sản xuất Nordost của Mỹ. Chúng tôi trân trọng kính mời quý vị đến với phần giao lưu với Mr. Bjorn.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
Thank you very much. And today I'm Harry from Audio Hà Nội, one of the very big dealer of Nordost Vietnam. And
I've been there.
Thank you, sir. And today our customer really do welcome you to the workshop to share about the good news about a maybe very hot item of 2017 and 2008 could be. And we really do care about your sharing of the very good about the brand that we are building, very famous Nordost. Okay, so could you please spend some seconds with everybody?
Yeah, sure. I'm here to the very reason for me coming to Vietnam is we're having the official Asia launch for the Q Core product or series of products. We actually have 3 different products in that series, and this is the first time one of the bigger companies have actually addressed the importance of taking pollutants and distortion away from the ground in the ground domain. So it's been quite interesting days here, both in Vietnam and previously in Hong Kong for the Hong Kong show.
So you've been in Hong Kong show for?
I flew in here from Hong Kong.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our audience and our customer, they give us something that is still confused about the system. And hopefully that we're going to make some question for you.
Sure.
And thank you very much.
Shoot.
And let's move directly to the first question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So could you please give us some reason to prove that the clean power supply is super important for the high-end system?
Oh, to prove it, it's very easy. You just have better power and you get better sound. That's as easy as it is. The power is very important, and it just comes down to the very fact that the better the power, the better the functionality of the electronic components you have. So it's not black magic or voodoo by any means. It is just to allow for those already very, very complicated and smart constructions from the electronics manufacturers. So we're just giving them a better chance to really show off.
Definitely. So I think that's one of the reasons people should choose Nordost. I think so because we are not sure, in the Vietnamese family, we're not really sure about the power supply. Sometimes they're not really stable. And so that's why we need some definitely the product from our brand, right, from Nordost.
It may sound contradictory, but really the worse power you have, the more important it is to improve on that domain. Because you will gain so much every time you improve in that area. And I couldn't say anything more than just do it. And we haven't built this power area of ours if it didn't work.
Yeah.
You know, people are very happy, and we're constantly demonstrating this around the world.
Yeah.
You know, to show what you can get from having good power cords, or a good power distribution, or various things that we actually do manufacture to improve on the power domain.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. So we move to the second question. The second question, people they really want to know the advantages when we use the system of QB, QV, and QK. Could you give them some functional information?
Yeah, well, the QB, what we have done, this is our sub-brand QRT, I should say, but it's Nordost. Everything is made in our factories in the northeast corner of America, and it is designed by us, manufactured by us, and so the Cubase would be, we have this as in modular ways of doing things, because we believe that not is everybody out there having the same problem, and not is everybody out there looking for the same solution. So we are doing modular ways. Cubase would be where we address one earthing problem, and we do the distribution. Then we had I can't remember exactly what you said. It was the QVs and the QKs, where we with an electromagnetic field is actually helping the alternating current to perform as it's intended to do.
Yes. And how about the difference between the QV and QK? Could you make it more?
Yeah. Well, in short, it is complicated, but in short, the QV2 is working in a lower frequency domain, and the QK1 is working in a higher frequency domain. Whereas the QV2 is actually making calculations with a chipset, and the QK1 is strictly mechanical. Higher frequencies, there is no time to do calculations, so it is just by a strict mechanical construction. So no computing, whereas the QV2 actually does a bit of calculation there. So
So in the low frequency, we use QV2.
This is in the power domain. So, but it comes out. It is low frequencies in the power domain and high frequencies in the power domain. But it comes out as in the presentation. It reflects that. So the QV2 is more for the low frequency, and the QK1 is more for the high frequencies.
Okay. So we got an idea. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And the question number 3 of people, now I have two systems. The first system I will use 2 QV2, and the second system I will use 1 QV2 and 1 QK. Could you please list down some advantages and make a comparison between two systems?
All right. Well, since I hinted that we're talking about low and high frequencies, it's a bit like tone controls. Not like what you're used to with a frequency divider. This is happening in the power domain. So with the QV2 and the QK1, you would address the whole frequency area.
You can control more.
But and then you can sort of divide. If you have 2 QK1s, you can address more in the high frequency area, and if you got 2 QV2s, you can address more in the lower area. So it's really a mix and match, and it is meant to be like that. As I was saying earlier about the modular way of building system, this is a way of you to individually fine-tune your system. Because we do believe we're not here to tell you what sound you like, but we're here to help you provide and create the best possible sound.
For our system.
For your liking.
So definitely our system, we get to know very well about that, right? To prepare to provide them the suitable one. Could be if is in low frequencies, we better to use the QA2. And if they have even both low frequency or high frequency, we could use the QV2 and the QK1. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And so Yeah, there's a question. This just appeared in the workshop, but definitely I would like our audience could know about that. So in the one system, in one sound system, could we use which one do you prefer? That we use all of the wire and all of the core in the same series. And the second system, we use them mixed up, like different series, like could be TYR2 and Frey2, something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, as long as you stick with the same manufacturer, that would be priority one, I think.
Yeah.
And because I have obviously the deepest insight in our product, I know that it's totally safe to mix and match between our products, because we have the same design philosophy, whether it's the very entry-level product we do or the super high-end Odin 2.
Yeah.
The philosophy, the mindset, the reason why we do this remains the same.
Yes.
But having said that, I couldn't speak for all cable manufacturers out there, but as long as you stick within the family, priority number. The manufacturer, the brand, priority number one.
Yeah.
And then for our products, do not feel afraid at all to mix and match between the lines.
Yeah. So like if possibly people better to choose all of them the same series is much better. I think so.
No. What I'm saying is that if you choose all Nordost, that's priority number one. To have the brand the same, the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Within our series, it's quite safe to mix and match.
Yeah.
You do not have to stick with the Frey, and you do not have to stick with the tier. The reason we produce those series is that we find this to be a good level for that price point, and that's why we call them these names. But if you in your system have a need for a better power cord, and you have all Frey, let's say, just for example, do not be afraid to go for a tier or vice versa. If you got I got this little streamer or whatever it is, and maybe it doesn't need that big of a power cord, don't feel afraid to do that. It is, at the end of the day, it is up to you what presentation and sound performance you appreciate. So, but don't be afraid.
Yeah. Thank you. I get it. So it's better that we could get a technician, to go check and support you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. And today there's a very new face, very newcomer to the workshop, and I think very newcomer to the market in Vietnam about the Nordost product. It's one of very brand new invention. It's the Q core.
Yeah.
So could you please give people some interesting introduction about the functional?
Yeah, well, it's pretty basic. Yeah, it's nothing new really in that sense. It is new that it's actually a product doing that.
Yeah.
Most audiophiles have known for so many for years that addressing the ground will produce better sound.
Yes.
And effectively, what you find is that you find noise potential on the ground, and if you can take it away, you will be rewarded with the lower noise floor and more details, better dynamics, more three-dimensional soundstage, and that is what we're doing with the products. We're addressing potential distortion on the ground, lead it away from the product instead of allowing the product to be polluted by it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And we have today, through your introduction in the workshop, we have Q Core 1, Q Core 3, and Q Core 6.
Yeah.
Could you please give people some a little bit like distinguish between?
Yeah. Well, we have to make it easy for people to understand, and especially for electronics manufacturers, because different electronics manufacturers use different solutions and different terminologies.
Yes.
There could be a signal ground, chassis ground, whatever, common ground.
Yeah.
We have divided this in two domains: the AC,
In addition.
the AC domain, the ground that is in the AC domain, and the ground that is associated with the DC domain. And so the Q Core 1 is strictly for AC, the Q Core 3 is strictly for the DC domain, and the Q Core 6 is all-in-one solution.
So
so it is actually physically there is 2 solutions in there. So the 6 is heavier than the 1 and the 3.
Yeah. So could you give people the reason why they would not choose only one? Like, the Q Core 6 gonna be the most effective one because it summarizes the benefit of the QK1, QK3.
Yeah.
So people are gonna buy only one QK6, right?
No, well, not necessarily. First of all, because the Q Core 1 is the AC related, and it's designed to work with the Q base.
Yes.
And we know that not everybody out there is having a Q base, and not everybody out there has a distribution block or a power conditioner where you can get access to the ground.
Yes.
So therefore you wouldn't need it.
Right.
So speaking of this modular way again, so some customers would only want the Q Core 3.
Yeah.
Some customers may have big systems where you have the bulk of your system on the side and you have a pair of monoblocks in the center, or you have a turntable on the side and so on. So we think, well, we've already seen that there is a need to divide this, to be able to put one box in one spot and another box in another spot. Not having one center where all the cables need to go because that tends to be a bit of a distraction to have all the cables over the floor.
So
but in most systems, the Q Core 6 would be enough.
And it's also more expensive.
Right. All in one.
All in one.
So you put all the goodies in one, and it's going to be more expensive.
So I think that the wise customer are going to be the people who know about their requirement. They know about the problem they need to like do solution for. Right. Thank you, sir. And the last but not least question, like people they know that you are the expert, definitely.
Thank you.
And people they really want to get some of your experiences for setting up the audio room. Yes, you could please say something.
So a room. Well, this is the basic and the quickest way of doing. If the room is set, I'm not an acoustic engineer by any means or anything, but the fastest and quickest way to get into a decent sound is to have. Well, if you're alone, you have to do it yourself, but preferably you have somebody else to walk in the room and you will find certain areas, positions in the room where that person's voice sounds better than other. And that will indicate that you have a good spot in the room where you can position your speaker. So that's a very quick and simple way. It's but it's quite, you will get a long way with that.
And definitely. And definitely the happiness begins from the simple. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So definitely we I think now our customer they got to be satisfied with all of your speech today, and we really do appreciate your time that you spend to us. And represent for Audio Hanoi, we would like to say thank you, and wish you have all the best wishes in your life.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully we're going to welcome you back to Vietnam one more time for something more innovative.
I wish. I certainly wish. Looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Vâng, thưa quý vị, và cho đến giờ phút này thì buổi trò chuyện của chúng tôi, của Audio Hà Nội cùng với chuyên gia cũng như là đại sứ kỹ thuật đến từ Nordost Mỹ, ngài Bjorn đã kết thúc. Vâng, rất là hy vọng buổi nói chuyện ngày hôm nay đã mang đến cho quý vị những kinh nghiệm hữu ích trong việc chúng ta set up một hệ thống âm thanh mang đến hiệu quả tối đa và đáp ứng nhu cầu của quý vị cũng như là khách hàng của chúng ta. Vâng, xin trân trọng cảm ơn quý vị. Tôi là Lê Hiếu đến từ Audio Hà Nội. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.